What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Mechabuzz, the podcast that talks everything Mechabellum. I'm your host, Andre Greator Pengshua, joined alongside my very good friend Dan Sherlong, aka Vibe. How have the games been?
Really good. Yeah, what up? Good to be back again for another episode. Games have honestly been really fun. The patch has changed some things. The biggest one I would say is it changed the fire badger a ton. I can have like little siege badgers now. So games have honestly been really fun.
Yeah, it's. I watched a bunch of your games. You're definitely you're in the kitchen, okay? And this is like an industrial kitchen right now. Electric furnace in there. And you're definitely in there with Gojo. Everything else been good with you? How's things outside of the Mechabellum
Yeah,
world?
honestly, pretty good. Get like everything that we needed to get done is kind of getting done. So no, minimal stresses. Feel like I can just kind of focus on playing the game. It's been good.
Right on. Yeah, I definitely, you know, I've talked to you personally so many times about like my ups and downs with Mechabellum. It's been the most fun I have in this game is definitely with you,
Yeah.
and it's not even close. And it actually reminded me of the times we used to play Brood War together. This is recently, like in the past
Yeah.
4 years or so.
BGH and stuff.
Yeah, and it really reminded me of that. And it's like, oh, maybe it doesn't matter the game. Maybe it's just I like hanging out with you and just like we have a certain troll style that we both
Yeah.
do. It's not really troll because we do go hard. We want to win.
You just want to win with anything. You want to win with whatever your desire is.
So like we just played a game. Last game, we did a 2v2, and I was like, I'm gonna use spider mines again, and just try to make it work. You know.
Yeah.
It's Oh no, voices are low. Sorry. Let me just check on everything.
Whenever I go spider mines, I keep wanting to believe that I can somehow make them actually tanky, and like they just don't go down unless it's to like a saber tooth shot or something like that, so they connect more. But maybe last game, I actually had a game earlier today that I had 30% HP increase mods by round 6.
3.
I had 3. Yeah, I had
Dear
90% extra health at round 6. I had a tarantula with no upgrades. It was level 2. It had like 30,000 health.
Those are definitely the games I live for. Holy smokes, that's awesome. I think I had a game recently. Excuse me. I had a game recently. Let me find out on Discord. I might be able to just show you. I normally, whenever I have like these crazy games, I'll just send it to you. Oh yes, here it is. Just gonna show this on screen. Do I have any sensitive information here before I show my Discord? No, I don't think so. It's fine. Let's pull it up. Look at this beaut. It's so wonderful, by the way.
Yeah, those are good. Those are nice boards. Are you going all out to and getting the bonus additional recruitment slot?
Of course. You have to at that point, right?
Yeah, you got an extra 50 going for another unit.
That's right. I can do 7 deployments total a turn.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Absurd. And you know, when the fourth one came up, I was like, well, I don't even have it. When the third one came up, I was like, I don't have a choice. I have to choose it for the memes.
It's too bad it wasn't efficient light manufacturing instead of the tech right there. But tech's still nice.
I know. I was dying for the efficient light. But that's, I think, that is what this game is like built on, in my opinion. Like just having the most insane amounts of modifiers. Where now all of a sudden, like, oh, you think you know what the battle is going to be, but a plus 100%. Like you literally 3. You said 3 plus 30s, right?
Yeah.
And then plus your standard stuff.
Yeah, I was speed spec too, so I just have all these like super stats.
Oh my lord! Yeah, that's awesome. So you just got these like, well, literal rhinos, just Hulk smashing into.
Yeah, it was actually a guy who he skipped all the mods, so he didn't take any of them, and he went mountain by like turn 5. So I just went steel balls, and they were very. I think it was like I had a level 5 steel ball with 60,000 health with energy absorb.
That's
They're pretty tanky.
I love that shit, man. Well, You know, there's been some rumbling inside of Mechabellum, and there's a lot to be happy for. There's a lot to be I don't know what the other words are, but there's a lot to feel right now. One of those feelings, this just 2 hours ago, you finally got. Okay, look, I haven't heard much from Bearlike about the building stuff.
Yeah.
I've met up with him in games. We played games after, like a couple days ago, and they're always very friendly. Okay. They're hi, how are you? How's life? You know, like that type of stuff. How's your games going? I have never, even though I have very strong conviction in a lot of the things that I say, I've never approached him like, dude, what are you doing with stuff? Or, hey,
Yeah.
could you maybe add, you know, like I will say like, oh, my poor hounds, I wish they were better right now.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, okay. This just dropped 2 hours ago. I don't know if you saw this. Okay. But
I have not. But let's see it.
it is Bearlike response to feedback. And I'm just gonna play this right now. And then
Okay.
kind of let the community talk about it, okay?
You see this shit. I mean,
Let's see it.
you still telling me buildings good thing. Look at my boat.
All right.
It lost 90% EQ thanks to building.
So this is Woot up against Bearlike. I'm just gonna give you guys some context. Woot did a flank with one of his boats. You know, he's a boat player, and he's frustrated. He's saying, "Are you telling me buildings are a good thing? Look at my boat; it lost 90 IQ thanks to buildings." Which I will say, some units are downright like super dumb, super dumb, and this is definitely one of those cases where I'm sure things weren't going well.
Yeah.
Bearlike responds, "Should I let you win?" I'm just gonna fast forward this. Woot in his typical like troll fashion, he says, "I don't play for MMR and non-competitive games," and Bearlike just says, "Fine, I can let you win." Right?
And he's pissed.
And he's
pissed.
he just rage quits. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen Bearlike directly respond to the buildings. First off,
Yeah.
it is against Woot, who is going to be on, how would I describe him? Kind of like the pointed side of arguments. Like, you don't know whether or not he's about to shit on things, whatever he's about to say. Like, he just has the capacity to just be very, very pointed with a lot of his comments. Kind of want to get your thoughts on this interaction and how you felt like, how you felt about the situation.
I will. I'm gonna admit I couldn't hear any of the audio from this.
You
Okay.
didn't need to. It was just them talking like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I understand frustration can happen, but I definitely think that I also would probably be of the case to be like subtly making hints as to like what my thoughts are about it. I don't think I would be very blunt about it because I don't feel that strongly about it anyway. I feel strongly about it, but I also feel like I can adjust and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would say I'm on the side of the fence. I hope Bearlike's okay. I hope Woot's okay, and I hope no one's upset. But I think if it makes buildings go away, it would also be okay.
Someone's definitely upset. Let's be very clear. Okay. Someone is definitely upset. It is at least one person. I didn't watch the stream. I didn't go like heavy into what happened.
Yeah.
To me, this just dropped. Why is my microphone constantly resetting? Sorry. To me, this just dropped, and I want to include it here because, we are here to talk about everything inside of Mechabellum, and we don't get many instances of Bearlike communicating with us, right? Like, we get the the Merc, right? We get stuff like that, but we're not getting a lot more. And so far, we still don't have like a timeline on anything for building adjustments, changes, like
Yeah.
there's updates, and we're gonna go into updates a little bit later on, but we haven't really gotten into any of that. And you can see to me, Woot is expressing frustration in a very toxic way.
Sure.
It's kind of what Woot does. To me, it's hilarious. It's part of his charm, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Because it's like him and Dillo. I know you don't.
I know that. I know who he is. He's always smoking a cigarette or something.
Yeah, Dillo is like he's that guy, right? Woot is that guy. They don't mean anything, but even if they
Sure.
don't like you, they don't mean anything. It's just, they're just playing a game and getting frustrated and stuff.
Yeah, they're just venting.
Yeah, it's how they express themselves, and obviously there's cultural differences.
Yeah.
But to me, Bearlike was very visibly frustrated. I guess visibly is the wrong word, but it looked like he was frustrated to just rage quit a game. And Woot is expressing very naturally how much he doesn't like buildings. Me personally, I would probably never do something like this.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be pretty nice about it. I'm way too nice to do that.
Yeah, I think that it's not even about niceness. I think it doesn't do anything, right? It polarizes the situation a lot more.
Sure.
But I don't think that Woot is wrong for doing this either. It's kind of weird. Even though I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know what Bearlike and his reaction is.
I hope he's okay. I mean, in terms of mentally, hope he doesn't really feel like that. You definitely have to be open to taking criticism when you put something out there, do a game or something like that.
1 sec, sorry.
What's up? Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I think if you're definitely making a game and you're making it for people to have their opinions on it, and they're gonna play it, they're gonna also be investing into it, they're gonna get competitive with it. They're gonna have some people are gonna have some strong opinions, especially somebody like Woot that's like, yo, I like playing aggressive, and towers ruined a lot of my playstyle, and he's min-maxing every little detail. So I feel like I understand why he could be upset, but at the same time, I feel like you have to just be able to adjust. I think it's really hard-headed to only buildings could go away and I would be happy and it would be totally fine. But I think in the current state of how things are, you have to just be able to adjust, because that's what I would tell myself. Otherwise, I would just hate everything and I would be like, why am I even doing this? Yeah. I would just be so frustrated to even want to do it at all.
I don't know how to reconcile the situation. I actually think both of them. Okay, I should be very careful. If I were either of them, I wouldn't be doing what either of them are doing. I don't think either of them are more wrong or more right.
Sure, it's emotional.
I do think both of them are emotional and wrong to some extent. Wrong is not the right word. It's not. Sorry.
I was gonna say, to put it in just in perspective of or sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you as well, but to put it in the perspective, the way I see it is Woot's a streamer and he likes playing the game, and he has probably a lot of styles that suck now compared to how they used to be without buildings. So he's frustrated about that. He has his own opinions on it and he hates dealing with it. And then you have Bearlike, and Mechabellum has had a lot of a negative outcry of oh my god, buildings suck. And maybe he is I do think buildings have changed the game in different ways, and I necessarily think it's for the better. I don't think it's awful at the same time, though. I think it definitely has rotated the game a bit, and I do think the fact that you can sell them and rotate the game out of them, and the buildings do become useless by round 4 or so. They're to me at this point, they're kind of whatever. They're just bonus money that I just make for aggression.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I'm cool, I'll just fucking get my upgrade faster or whatever I'm doing here. But
I think at the highest level, I'm definitely seeing players not only sell them, but they are using them. Players are getting punished for the Mechabellum problems. I'm sorry, the building problems at the highest level, right?
Yeah, 100%.
In terms of where we're playing, and I don't really think that we have that big of problems. Both me and you basically say we're just going to sell them very aggressively and we're going to do whatever we want, right? And that can only work so much, right? We're going to hit this threshold where it caps out, and we're just the people that use their advantages, we're not going to be able to compensate for the, you know, the disadvantage that we're taking ish. And I'll say it's been a lot more fun doing that. I will also say that again, I've harped on this exact thing over and over and over again, which is I really feel like buildings have a mind for really, really shitty situations, shitty situations that don't feel good. And that is what I always push back on. I don't care about the balance. I don't care about the aesthetics. It's just like, how many times can I go into a battle and then it's like, oh, okay, well, I have four sledgies or something like that are all at half health or around there, and just one big chungus takes out all four of them.
Yeah. It can definitely suck. It definitely ruins a lot of. It just can make bad situations happen in the game for sure.
Yeah.
And I can already imagine when you're playing, like you're playing like you're practicing versus like the best players, and you're playing the best players for tournaments, and you're trying to have like a good result here. Something like this is like holding you back.
Yeah, and
like,
I think there are simpler ways to be able to address if you want to basically move the rounds up. So how I would adjust would be something like, let's give everybody more HP, right? Like that's an easy way to do it, rather than using these buildings that I don't think they're really serving anything right now. But anyway, I digress. The real point I'm getting here is this was definitely an outburst by Bearlike that I didn't expect, and I do feel like tensions are rising here.
Yeah.
And there is what I'm a little bit worried about is that the tension might mess up the communication in the community being able to see changes that they are expressing and want. And of course, I'm part of that community, but I'm worried about that. I'm worried about like, hey, is it just never going to change? And you know, it's his prerogative, right? He gets to do whatever the heck he wants. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't. It doesn't feel good right now. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I'm sure him as a developer, he's probably in like an extremely stressful state of mind where he's trying to make this all work, and he's hearing a lot of things from probably a lot of people and he doesn't agree with a lot of it, and he feels maybe at this point he's feeling attacked more than productive. He's like at a breaking point possibly, especially if he like rage quit a game versus somebody in the community. And I don't know. I'm not saying he's definitely there, but it's maybe he's like just really frustrated with the state of things as well. So maybe this is what it takes for him as well as a developer to also start making drastic changes to the game, and maybe that would be like a sign of like, okay, he's if there's this much negative energy around, maybe things will change.
Sure, maybe. It's tough for me to say. Look, I'm gonna harp back to the. Let me actually pull it up again. I'm gonna harp back to this stuff here, which is the amount of players that are in the game. I always worry, you know, at March 31st, 2025, this is year to date of 2025, we had 6,000 concurrents at any given time. I want you guys to recognize that 6,000 is still like the uniques of this game is a lot, because this is a game where a lot of people I think pick up 1 or 2 games every week or so, I would assume. There's a lot of assumptions I'm making, but just think like a lot of people just want to go back to it, try it. They don't want to like go hard into it, but they're like, oh, this is fun, yada yada, and move on, right? Mechabellum isn't really a game that a lot of people super grind. So this 6,000 could represent something like 100 to 200,000 uniques in a month. Like it is a considerable amount. So this 1,500 concurrence is definitely alarming. We've quartered since that time. Yeah, it's kind of tough. It's kind of rough there. Of course, it was in 6,000 sustained. Just going down to the chart, it's a little misleading to just say 6,000. But going to the chart, around April is where we peaked with 2960 concurrents over the entire month. But hey man, like I hope something changes, because this stuff is just, it refuses to back down, right? We have another Reddit thread, and Reddit is obviously where I'm mostly consuming all my stuff, but like there's another person that goes into just the statistics of why 97 responses, I covered this I think 2 sessions ago, but 97 responses is a significant sample size for the population that we have, and basically like how it's important that developers don't just put the building stuff to the wayside. Anyway, I'm just trying to make it very clear of what the current situation is going on in Mechabellum. I really don't know how we get out of this. Like, I don't know what the levers are, the tools are, to see like a rising player count again. I do know that there is a death spiral that happens for games where matchmaking times take too long, and then you leave, and then it just begets more churn out of the system. And I'm worried for Mechabellum, dude. Like, I'm really, really worried, because this is a game that has a tremendous amount of potential.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also worried for it, especially if the player base is like getting more and more disgruntled and frustrated over time, and eventually leaving the game as well. There definitely are times where, like, I know I'm not the only person who streams it, but there are definitely plenty of times where I look at the list of people who are streaming it, and I'm the only person doing it when I'm doing it. It definitely, I feel like there still is a lot of fun to be had with it. I don't honestly, I haven't been focusing too hard in the negative space of, or like, I guess, reality. But I've been really enjoying it. I still have been having fun with it, and I want the game to still have a bit of an uptick. I don't know exactly what to do either to fix it, because simply just like deleting buildings doesn't mean everybody's like suddenly going to come back and play. But I don't know. I think if there's just really too much of like a negative effect that is happening to the game for this long, maybe it is time for them to go. Yeah.
Well, time will tell. Obviously, we just hit the 1-year mark for Mechabellum, and gosh, why does my microphone keep going? We just hit the 1-year mark for Mechabellum. I know there are plans for season 6. I don't know exactly what they are, but I know things are in the works, and hopefully we see some structural changes across the board. I think we still have another, I want to say, a month left in this season. Do you know that? Yeah, 40 days.
Yeah.
40 days left in the season. So, still a bunch of time. I don't know. What is going on here? I'm just going to turn up my mic. This is like Omega tilting me.
Sorry. I know the levels are going up and down and stuff.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know why. All right. That should be better, but maybe the gain is going to be really annoying to everybody. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm worried. Okay. Yeah, I belabored that point way too long. You guys kind of get where I'm at. Look, the real talk is, I have heard from multiple people. I've been talking with a lot of people in the scene about their access to Bearlike. And overwhelmingly, Vibe, you don't know this actually, but overwhelmingly, it's been very, very bad. And I'm not going to obviously call out anybody that has those interactions, but it is like, I literally haven't heard a single person, whether it's like long-time players or modders or anything like that. I haven't heard good things about these conversations.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's really, really troubling. And the more I find out and the more I dig, the worse it gets. So I don't know if we're at the point of no return or not, but if I had to bet, we are approaching that place very, very quickly, and that is bad overall. And I don't know what we can do to bring us all together, because if major community heads inside of Mechabellum are all saying the same thing to me, then this is a systemic problem. And then what happens when those community heads are the only ones that are left?
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's just going to permeate, right? It's just going to, the community is going to become very, very toxic. Anyway.
No, it'll definitely be like resentful. It's like, oh, why do I still play this when I don't even? Yeah, it's I get it.
So Vibe, we got some updates for you. It's gonna be the classic.
Oh yeah, let's go.
The classic bunch of bear-like updates, I would say.
Yeah.
Very, very minor changes, but something in Mechabellum is minor changes do make major adjustments, right? We saw that with right now the fire that was done the last iteration. Did we go over the last iteration, the fire speed increase? We did, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. We have to talk about that. But let's talk about what happened. This happened on my Wednesday, I believe. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, somewhere around there. Okay, balance adjustments. Let's talk about the Vulcan first. So, attack went down by 5%. 84 to 80. Not a ton. This does matter, though, against armor, of course, because whenever you have armor, it subtracts 60. So the percentage-wise is pretty massive. We're talking about 24 or 20.
Down to 20.
You know, that's a 20% decrease in damage that you're doing to a single unit. But nevertheless, how did you feel about Vulcans, and do you think this attack nerf was needed?
I think honestly, whenever I use Vulcans, they're like overwhelmingly powerful in the situations that I'm putting them in. So I feel like that I'm like, oh, that sounds good to me. That sounds justified. But I think whenever I play against other people going Vulcans, I haven't really struggled versus it and nearly as much as it used to be in like over a year ago. So I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's a fine change. I think it could have not happened as well, but
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I think there was only 1 or 2 games where I felt like, oh, Vulcans are really, really good. And every time else, I thought they were mediocre. The one time I thought they were very, very good, I was going a composition that was like mass hound. So it's like I kind of deserve to be wrecked there.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't using any of like the current metagame.
Did you have strike?
I did not have strike.
Oh, there you go. That's your problem, dude.
Can we please just pause real quick and talk about how frustrating strike is? I will have 10 hounds on the field and I'm waiting for strike hounds to come up.
Never
and
shows
it just
up.
doesn't show up.
Yeah.
And then
you get subsidized arc lights.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll have this, 7 arc lights on the ground. That's like, here's strike hound, you bitch.
Yeah, it happens every time.
like
I honestly think I play this game daily, and I'll play it for like 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I just grind games. And of all the games I've played, I think I've only had 2 games so far where I'm actually going hounds and I get strike hound. It's only happened like twice.
When you did play the strike, was it any good?
Not really. They were the hounds just were like in those boards. They were good, like unfavorable positions for them to be in, so they weren't even scaling. They weren't leveling. They were just getting crapped on.
Damn. Sad. I feel like the card doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right? Unless you have a board full of hounds.
Yeah.
So hopefully that gets incorporated. Also, it's not like it's a massive buff, in my opinion. Like you have to
the attack speed sucks after that.
Fundamentally change your entire composition of how you're striking your opponent, no pun intended. So okay, sorry, just a slight aside there. Need to talk about strike.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Let's move on to the War Factory. So War Factory got a bunch of nerfs and a bunch of buffs. We see photon coating reduced to 300. We see launcher overload and missile interceptor both being reduced to 350 each. And then the production for units has increased a full second, which is, it's interesting. I don't know if this is exactly a nerf or exactly a buff. It just depends on what compositions that you're playing against. Why it would be a nerf is obviously you're getting less units on the field on average. Why it might be a buff is that sometimes you don't want the steel balls being produced super fast. Like you want to wait a little bit so that you have like intermittent chaff, because your war factors can still produce pretty well. So it's kind of interesting in that respect. But the developer note is that the production war factory was a little bit too good, and this is hopefully a nice little readjustment on how the unit can be played. Overall, I don't think that the corner war factory is that good anymore. We can go into why that is a little bit later, but I don't think it's that good. What are your thoughts on this adjustment?
Yeah, I would say the most overused war factory I honestly see is summoner war factories. The just productions and just slower cycles. I feel like you have more of a window to get in there and stop them from continuing production, killing them. People even do it like in the middle of the board. Like they'll just fucking plant those things like in your face and just start producing out of it, especially with like ball division, things like that. I think it's fine. I think trying to spread the love and getting some other war factory, like again, from my personal experiences, I feel like I do see summoners all the time. So this might make people do less of that and more of something else.
Yeah, production war factory is so interesting. Like there's so many different ways to approach it. One of the major ways that I was approaching it was like, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but to me it was always, I need to have Mustangs. Mustangs are the counter to production war factory. Like, Andre, that is the dumbest thing, because Mustangs will never be able to kill a war factory. That is correct, they won't. But to deal with and to like make a hole, you need like damage to be done continuously over time. And a lot of these units strike like with very, very high alpha. So the DPS might be fine, but look at like a Sabertooth, right? It's going to do a lot of damage to a single target. And that's not what you want, because that long recovery time can get brutal. I have noticed that sometimes war factories just don't care. I'll have like high level Mustangs and they still are able to get through. It's hard, man. Like the production war factory is very, very difficult. I haven't quite mapped out exactly how it all like gets killed. But the TLDR is you better kill it before it gets really, really big, or you better have like some really, really huge carry units, because you need help.
No, it definitely can get annoying for sure. And if there's multiple of them as well, it can get really annoying.
Full on the board, it's like, okay, I better be playing asymmetric here, because if I'm not, I'm boned. Fire Badger. Here we go, baby.
Oh boy.
So field maintenance got reduced from 200 to 150. Scorching Fire got increased from 250 to 300. And then Scorching Charge adjusted to increase the Fire Badger's HP by 70%.
That's a ton.
A ton. When its HP drops below 50% and charges an enemy and detonates. Same thing as what we've seen with the Ignition. Okay, this is probably like the major adjustment in my opinion. Is Scorching Charge any good right now because of this?
Oh, I definitely think so. Yeah, it's I've played against it. It's really fast. It's extremely fast. It makes these moves so quickly. And now with all this extra HP, it actually gets in there and it detonates like a rhino would. It's like a miniature rhino blitz that leaves fire on the ground. So for that job, it does a great job at it. You can still one-shot it though and remove it from that if you have anything that has really high DPS. So it's still counterable that way. But there's a lot more threshold now where it actually will still go off.
I find that Scorching Charge was already pretty effective. The extra HP is definitely going to make things a little bit more saucy. It goes from base 4,500 HP to I think almost 8,000 HP, something like that.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, you get 3 of them, right? So
yeah.
You go from 15,000 health, or a little bit less than 15, let's say 14,000 health, to what is that, 22,000, 23,000, something like that. Like that is a massive jump for just the cost of 200. Let me think. I mean,
it's insane for a 200 cost unit right now. It feels very good.
That's one of the most HP that you're gonna get from any 200 cost unit right now.
Yeah.
Which is startling. The other big thing is now you have to, if you're playing against Badgers and you want to kind of like eliminate them very quickly, you need 2 missile strikes instead of 1 missile strike. That's where I've seen a lot of adjustments. Maybe that's incorrect, because if you could just blow the last one up, then it'll kill the other 2. But still, I'm going a little bit too hard in. I do feel like Fire Badgers have been good though, not because of Scorching Charge. We're gonna go into the last one, and then we'll talk about Badgers overall. But the last thing is Counterfire, adjusted to increase HP by 40%, and then taking damage increases the Fire Badger's range by 70 for 20 seconds.
Those are very big numbers.
My God. 70 range is so much range, Vibu.
It is.
And we're seeing all of these things like field maintenance. Field maintenance, does it give you HP for Fire Badgers? Yeah, right?
Yeah, it does.
Scorching Charge gives you HP. These are some big boys that can be made for the cost of 200. It's unreal how hard and tanky they can get.
Yeah, no, you can get up to like almost 200, like with certain things going, it's very easily to break 200 range on a Fire Badger. And you can have, I've been doing things where I have a lot of them, and they'll just get through the fight, and then they'll just like reach the tower from behind the line and just kill the tower right away.
That's wild. Just wild.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I kind of want to do a test right now just to check like what happens when I just max the HP on this bad boy. Is it just like a good tank at that point?
It is. Yeah, like you can get, like, I definitely easily get my Fire Badgers into like 30,000 health plus, and they're regenning. Jesus. And you put Photon Emission on it, so they can't be, less damage and also immunity. And, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's obviously very smart. We're gonna get Fire, Scorching, and let's get range. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. I guess I'll bring everything up. So I'm in the testing ground again. Guys, I'm not super well versed with testing grounds. Oh my God. Okay, obviously I'm getting a ridiculous amount of upgrades here. I'm getting Scorching Charge, I'm getting Counterfire, and then I'm getting Field Maintenance. So right there, it's like, let me see, 2050, 2050, 30. So it's 1150 worth of supply. Each Badger has 11,000 hit points.
They get huge.
This is a level 1, Vibu.
Yeah.
Look at the level 2. Obviously, 22,000. I add the double upgrade. These things are gigantic.
No, they're ridiculous. Yeah. No, I like I was saying, my Fire Badgers are getting so massive. I don't even run Scorching Charge either. I actually don't use that.
I don't. No, I do. I still do. But I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm on the bandwagon yet of switching off. So just to let you know, Fortress, 400 supply. Of course, these are 3 upgrades, so let's take it easy there. But 63,000 with double upgrades on +2. So they're about the same, right? 2 times 26, and is 54, and then Fortress is a little bit more. So really, really great value in terms of HP per supply. The nice thing about Badgers, of course, is that they have a really, really good role in clearing out crawlers. So what I wanted to say was Badgers are on the uptick because they deal with crawlers the best right now. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, they're amazing for what they cost. There's so many ways you can deal with crawlers too. Like Scorching Charge is a good way. Napalm is a good way. Just straight up having range on this unit and Counterfire is an amazing way. They're good in every way.
Have you been playing a lot of Counterfire lately?
Yeah, and they're amazing in flanks as well. Like you can reach the tower from the corner.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Okay.
They're so sick.
Oh,
they're really good for devices too. I had a 240 range fire badger yesterday
Christ.
with a range device.
Oh my Lord.
It was a bit insane, and it lasts for 20 seconds. That's an entire fight, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just do this test. So we're gonna get. I've heard about this too. A lot of people in some of my friends' chats, they've been saying like, oh, this is like a sleeper. Not only for putting in, there was more saying for putting it to defend against flanks.
Sure.
Because obviously, like, you're defending against a flank, and then all of a sudden you come in with an extra 70 range now, which is absurd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're gonna get one more unit here. Let's get Big Boy.
Yeah, I have a theory on fire badgers myself that I've been doing a lot, and it's been working pretty well.
All right, let's see how well this does.
Let's see it.
I just want the test, for science, man. Gotta do it for science.
Do it.
This is level 1, so it's not gonna do a ton of damage. I know you're running fire, right?
Yeah, I have regen, counter fire, range, and ignite. I actually run ignite on mine.
Dude, 160. That is absurd.
Yeah, and that's without range even turned on.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, oh yeah. So another 160 plus 900. Do I have temperament on this bad boy? I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Badgers just have been so good because of their tankiness, in my opinion, and because they're so good at dealing with crawlers. With that fire buff, a lot of times what we saw was the crawlers just die super fast. I'm super slow because the fire badgers just weren't connecting and switching targets well enough. For some reason, it felt really like inefficient. And now that the fire is fast, it's getting to crawlers very quickly and being able to deal with them really nice. I think that badgers are propagating even more raid-in play, which is really annoying, because what else are you going to do against, heavily teched units? You want to get EMP, and sets of 3 are great against raid-ins. There are so many times, though, that the raid-in is needing to 2 or 3 shot these freaking badgers because of how much hit points they have.
They can do it all. They can honestly do it all. I feel like they actually, I see them leveling up a lot now too. If you're on some type of a DPS on them. I don't know, you'd have to tell me how well Scorching Charge would do for actually acquiring levels on that unit. But
Ooh,
I definitely think Scorching Charge. I definitely think what's the Scorching Fire?
Yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The damage increase or ignite is definitely it levels so much as well, and you can just scale this unit to the moon. It's great.
It's getting very exciting. I personally haven't switched over just yet because I almost feel like it's lame. to be completely honest,
I'm a Vulcan lover now.
There are so many games where they just go ranged napalm, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're just doing this again, right?
Yeah.
And they just get so many to the point where it's okay, crawlers are definitely useless on this board, and I need to find ways to deal with this. And honestly, it's very, I don't know, anti-Mechabellum at times. But I do think crawlers are a big problem right now. They're not a fun. They're too oppressive in so many situations. So I don't know exactly how I feel with it. Badgers definitely feel strong right now. And I think it's a mixture of they can still deal with crawlers and they're super hardy.
Yep. Big stat increases and they're cheap. Yeah. They actually don't cost a lot for what they provide you.
That's right. All right, let's move on to the other changes because we kind of can talk about two of the major units that can maybe deal with the Fire Badger at that early mid-game level. We got the Void Eye, got an attack increase 3%. More importantly, the energy absorption. This got adjusted. You get a 60% increase in converts damage, obviously dealt to HP. This used to be free. It still costs 50. Overall, it's, to me, telling me that the Void Eye needs to be a little bit tankier. Look, I don't think energy absorption is going to be that useful because generally you don't want to
agree.
Void Eyes unless you're starting with them and they're just throwaway units. You don't want to be leveling them.
Yeah.
I still think they have their application though for just like the throwaway. I keep them on the board all, you know, they're like a weird range, right? Like in that medium range where they give you chaff. Go ahead.
Keep going. I didn't interrupt you. Finish up. I'll tell you after.
No, so I think they can still be that like mid-range tank that's a little bit annoying, but I don't know if I'm still. I switched it out on my bar. I have energy absorption on there. I just don't know if it's going to be used.
Yeah, I feel like this unit has a lot of choices. There's a lot of good choices on this unit too, and my opinions, honestly, for how I would use it, is I don't think I would ever look at energy absorb and feel interested by that unless I run EMP armor as well. And EMP armor could be like a combo where you actually go for a tanky Void Eye and you level it and you try to keep it alive, and then it also just disables units around you by just turning their their tech off.
Sure.
Outside of that, yeah, I feel like you can do a quad upgraded Void Eye that's a carry for so much good stuff, and energy absorb just isn't part of that. It really is not part of that.
Agree. I do think that right now its main place is to honestly be annoying with its suppression shot.
Yeah.
That disruption helps so much with dealing with chaff clear, dealing with damage, and then Void Eyes just have a nice range where they're just sitting in that middle zone, protecting your super long range stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do more tests with energy absorption. Maybe we'll play some games afterwards, test it out and see. But right now for the early game, Void Eyes have been pretty good against Badgers in particular. I think that they don't have the most damage, but they scale okay against them right now. So they've definitely been used. The Scorpion, field maintenance reduced 200 to 150, and the armor enhancement price reduced.
Let's go.
Dude, I think that the Scorpion, these two upgrades are sleeper upgrades that people aren't using for drops in particular. Scorpion drops into field maintenance or armor enhancement is insane. You don't even have to keep it. Like, we spend so much money on spells, right? We'll spend like 400 on a single spell, nuke or storm or whatever. Spend 100. Who cares? You don't have to keep the Scorpion. It's still annoying to deal with. It's 100%. So much HP.
It is.
Let me figure out how much HP that is right now.
It's 50. Scorpion it's like 50% on a Scorpion. So a level 3 Scorpion. Let's see if I can guess this. Level 3 Scorpion has probably like 36k, so 18k addition.
Let me see.
It's gonna be like 54.
27k, but I have +2 armor. That's for level 1 though. A lot of times the drops are like
level 3 and stuff.
You'll get a level 3 or a level 2 or like 3 level 1s. I've had those before.
Yeah.
And then you add, and now it's up to 36k. I know I have the +2. That is a lot of HP to add on the field, and also you can tank a lot of like nonsense shots, right? Like because you're getting that extra block.
Exactly.
I think this is like a sleeper upgrade that I think more people definitely should use. I've been using a lot more of Arclight armor, same type of idea, where it's just like, man, this 100 cost upgrade is changing the battlefield so dramatically. It makes flanks really annoying.
It definitely does.
And I
especially if you're going Wasp or something, they got Mustangs, and you have armor units in their flank.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying all the time.
I will say I used to, like, on average, whenever I saw Scorpions as part of the choice, I would pick it probably like 50% of the time whenever I ran regen. And when I took it off and I went for like a quad DPS Scorpion, I just stopped honestly taking the drop of it most of the time. It's like only like when I really need it. Yeah. It's not often.
Scorpions, I haven't really seen. Oop, I messed up. Where did it go? I haven't really seen. I'll go back to. I haven't really seen. Why are you starting? Stop starting. I haven't seen them used against fire badgers too much. To me, they always get stuck on the wrong units to go against fire badgers. But have you used scorpions against fire badgers at all?
Yeah, I feel like a Scorpion is actually one of my favorite units now as well, which is why and maybe not my favorite, but it's definitely I like a lot of use case for it.
Sure.
It's incredibly good on a mobile beacon. I'm telling you right now, it's quite a strong beacon unit.
I believe it, man. I definitely believe it.
No, if I have the one thing that's nice about a Scorpion, specifically against something like a Fire Badger, is even if your opponent has relatively tanky Badgers that are maybe not able to be one shot, you just double shot as well.
Sure.
I feel like double shot's such a good upgrade on that unit too. So just shut them down right away.
Agree. It's wonderful. A lot of the problems that you normally have, where it's like mech div as well, just gets eliminated with double shot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the worms are a huge problem these days. Double shot will take care of it. It'll kill fast and then deal with the mech div afterwards. So yeah, I'm a big fan of double shot as well. Yeah, Scorpions are still in that niche role though, like at responding to things. I've never seen successful people that it's like, hey, I'm gonna go round 3 Scorpions on like just like a standard board. I think that's the nature of the cost, of course. It's a 300 cost unit.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, it would be scary. You'd have to get like the first shot on a Scorpion to make that feel good against like specifically a Fire Badger board. Counter fire and range is honestly, you would not even be able to shoot at it. Like if it gets triggered, it's just gonna be behind the rest of your army and it's gonna be in the back. So I feel like a Scorpion definitely still plays the role, I feel like, where it's just really good if it's a drop and you don't have to buy it just because of how expensive it is. But if you do buy it, I feel like the only time I would honestly find myself buying it early would be like if I was like, oh, I'm against a bunch of steel balls or something, and I just want to just AoE them. No,
it makes sense. The developer note, by the way, is that Scorpion has been strong in lower MMR ranges, but weak in high MMR ranges. This is very reasonable. They're trying to buff the Scorpion's niche technologies in order to give it more opportunities to appear in high MMR matches. I think this change makes a lot of sense, and it gives a lot of new options. So
I agreed.
I'm down with this. All right, last but not least, Tarantula buff, plus 5% HP. Man, Tarantulas have gotten crapped on. They used to be, I think, around 15,000 HP. Now they're a little bit less than 14k. They were at 13k, 13,273. Look, I don't think this is a big deal. Tarantulas, the big problem with Tarantulas overall is not their hit points. It's the fact that Underground Threat is so effective against Tarantulas, and they need help there with damage. So yeah, I kind of feel like without HE, Tarantulas aren't really doing their job nearly as well. And you would much rather have something like Fire Badgers, right? So I'm not a huge, like, this is a whatever change to me. I think this is a nothing burger. I might be completely wrong, but love to hear what you think.
Yeah, I actually did the exact same thing to Scorpion and put it on my Tarantula as well. I have a Tarantula that has armor and regen, and I don't even really care about its killability that much. Like, it's mostly the way I play Tarantula nowadays. If I want to play it that way, it would be like a starting pack with Tarantula, and maybe I make like 2 or 3 more max, and then I just level them. I just scale them up. I device them if it's like if something good pops. And it can be really good, honestly, because it has armor. And armor definitely it just makes a difference again in a lot of ways.
Look,
like
armor is definitely important in this meta right now when fire is
exactly. Yeah.
You know, Mustangs are also important in this meta. Like Mustang rate has gone up, skyrocketed up. It's just the natural inclination of things. Also, wasps are really, really good in this meta. They're always going to be good until like there's something that is going to be done with air superiority. But overall, like this is I like your ideas. Like it sounds like your Tarantulas are made for headbutts right now. and
Yeah,
they may
exactly.
just be annoying, right? Like, hey,
Yep.
even if it's a sledgehammer or not a sledgehammer, even if it's a saber tooth, like lock onto the tarantula. Sure, it's gonna take you 3 shots instead of 2.
If they don't have double shot, you could actually never let it level as well. If you have like a good board that's designed to,
Oh,
like if you keep them level 1, you
Yeah.
can make them stay level 1 because you get breakpoints so they never actually
That's
get through
cool.
the tarantula.
that's really cool. Overall, let me get your thoughts on like the overall patch. It was, minor tweaks overall. How do you feel about this patch?
I will say the patch to me overall, everything feels pretty good. I think the only one to maybe look at is the Fire Badger. It might be a little too good. I think specifically like I'd have to explore more Scorching Charge to really give my like ultimate opinion on that. But I think Counterfire, as much as I love it, I don't know how much. I feel like 70 range for 20 seconds that's it seems like an absolute ton. And I think the thing that's nice about it is you don't even need range when you take that if your Fire Badger is able to tank. But at the same time, if you get range and you get that, it's a unit that just gets out of control. I feel like it literally gives 200 plus range, and it can. And the mine that I've been using is I use Ignite, so they don't even get stuck on anything. They actually just roast everything after the emission's down, if there is a mission. So yeah, I feel like Fire Badger might be a little too extreme. It's cool though. It's a nice place right now. It's fun.
Look,
at the same time.
I'm in the place where I think rotation is good. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Would I like an entire season of this? Probably not. But I'm fine with it. I got salty on the. Anytime I see badgers, it just annoys me.
I actually like it. I like it.
The way you play, I'm actually more fine with it. It's the brain dead, like, hey, let's just fire the board. That I'm just like, okay.
Oh yeah.
I have to learn how to deal with this, and it's good that I have to play against it. But God, like, if your entire way of dealing with the board is just let's light everything on fire and not care about the positioning of anything, yeah, I'm gonna have like less respect for that. If I see like you sell and just go round 1, round 2 Fire Badgers, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, you might be like a piece of shit. Maybe not that extreme, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
it's 2023 Vulcan styles.
Yeah.
Just get like incendiary bomb every round.
Guys, it's 2025. We got to use our brains a little bit more for gaming, Like we've evolved. We're no longer apes, so you don't have to play like one. Okay.
Yeah. No, I honestly I love when people really commit to something too, and I love just trying to beat whatever that is with whatever I'm doing, because whatever I'm doing is usually like I'm getting something, but whatever the game is offering me, and I'm trying to make it work in a weird way. And sometimes it just feels really good to just smash a build that even you know from the start.
Yeah, I definitely get that too. I'll have to learn it. I'll have to go into it. The way you talk about it and play it definitely seems like something that I want to invest my time into. But part of me dies a little bit inside. I'm not gonna lie, Babu.
I understand. I need a break, dude. A little part of me was dying when I was grinding StarCraft, and I was just like, "Fuck this, dude."
Yeah. That's what it can feel like, like. Sometimes those end games, man, in StarCraft 2, they are bad.
The thing that killed me the most was it wasn't even just like, oh yeah, it's like a couple days. It was years. Like plural years of just playing the same people on fucking repeat, and it would be the same game every time. It was like StarCraft is a game that you can like, the opener dictates a lot of how the game goes, and they just choose the opener that's like, we're doing this again, we're doing it again, baby, doing it again. The amount of times my bases would like cannon rush, for instance, was ridiculous.
Oh, I quit the game for a reason. Okay.
I did it. I like Mechabellum's RNG. The RNG in this game, it forces crazy things to happen.
Sure.
So yeah. I've enjoyed it.
I 100% agree to that. All right, so I want to fill you in on a little bit of what happened recently with me and how I troll, and I'll kind of let you know why we're doing a replay analysis right now. It's not going to be like a comprehensive one, but I do want to fill you in. So I had a game recently, and this was the ending of the game. I did win because I'm a great player. It was like a 2100, 2050, something like that MMR game. And I said, AMA top player here to answer about how I make so many right decisions. And, obviously I just screenshotted all of my spells that I use turn after turn after turn. I'll let you know, like the last 3 turns was just spells. Spells and what's it called? And bubbles. And then my ion looped back again. I believe it was my ion that looped back again.
Yeah. Good God.
My storm would have looped back. So this was like,
it's like every round.
Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
So I was feeling my oats with this game, and I was like, okay, well, I'm a really good player. Let me do an AMA, and I just trolled. And some people understood it, some people did not.
Yeah.
And one of the people that did not asked to look at a game because they've been it's this guy right here. He's hard stuck at 1800. And I was like, you know what? That could be a good segment. So I loaded up that game, and we have it here. He is Jackstone. Now, here's what I want to do, and here's what I don't want to do with this game. I'd like to go over the ideas, but I don't want to go like, according to my calculations, you should have moved this over like three squares over to the left. Like, I just want like broad strokes, basically, trying to understand what's going on. This person is 1800. And I feel like, between the both of us, we probably have like a collective brain power of over a 2100 player.
Let's go, dude.
So, let's take a look and find out. Jackstone is going to be in the top, whereas his opponent, Symbioz, have I played this person before? Maybe I played him in 2v2. I don't know. I mean, it's a small player pool. Is going to be in the bottom here. So, first question is, should I switch the view or not? Should I keep it like this? Some people only know red and blue like this.
You can keep it the way it is.
All right.
I think it's fine.
So our hero is over here on the top. Let's do quick deploy, and then we can just go through this. And maybe I can even get your thoughts on like what you're seeing in the rounds to make you make decisions. Because I think a lot of people, like, there's sensory overload in what to concentrate on whenever they see a round like this. And it's like, okay, what's my plan next?
Yeah. I'd be like, what are his upgrades, what he wants to get, first of all, would be like an important thing. But I think right now, if I was playing this game, I'd be like, all right, I need to get my fat DPS needs to be killing those big units because he has arc lights and bigger than that, Sabretooth. So as long as you're winning the fight and your marksmen aren't dead before they kill the Saber, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. Look, marksmen, they can be great, but God, getting them online can be a nightmare. Like level 1 marksmen sometimes feel like they do absolutely nothing.
I would say this round, it would be if the marksman that was on the right tower or the other tower was back over on the other side and the army was just together, I feel like it would have been a much cleaner engage overall. And then it could just be like, because you don't have enough DPS to kill 2 Sabers with just 1 marksman right now.
Exactly. I don't know what this marksman is doing over here, to be honest. And I know I said we wouldn't like frame fuck everything, but this thing shouldn't be here if we're gonna start already play asymmetric. We're already covering one side. The extra marksman, what you're gonna be firing at crawlers, so it's not really doing much. I think more synergy over here. After the round 1, it's so funny. You look at it completely different than I do, which is fine. You're thinking of it in a damage standpoint. I'm looking at it as an HP standpoint, actually.
Okay.
So I look at this like marksmen in the beginning need to have long battles. So how do I encourage longer battles, right? So generally that's going to be like more bodies on the floor and targeting their chaff clear, which is like,
yeah, exactly. Killing an arc light or something.
Exactly. Right. So I'm looking at ways that like, do I need to missile right here? Right. Especially in the round 2s, round 3s, round 4s, missiles are so good. You can get a lot of value to make sure that you're getting the levels that you need for your marksman. Level 2 marksmen operate so much differently than level 1 marksmen. Just able to one-shot so many different things, and you don't have to worry about stuff. So that's how I look at it. But you're looking at it as like, okay, when the dust settles from all this chaff nonsense, just have more damage units.
Yeah, I would. And I have another point that I would do. Like, I would make this a big point for me in my game, and it would be, if I plan on making more sledgehammer than 2, I would be fine with the way he's built his setup. But if he's gonna stop, I would honestly just vertical them, because
I like that idea.
Yeah, his chaff clear is, especially if he's gonna end up, he's got a fire badger now, so now it doesn't matter. It's a tank, so that's okay as well now.
Yeah.
But for round 1, you would have much better chaff clear if you had vertical sledge, just because they stagger their shots, so it just helps the marksman again, just like little advantages.
Agree. I think fundamentally we didn't really cover any of the problems that we had, and of course the missile is gonna wreck us.
Yeah, the marksman's dead again. Where's the DPS now again?
Although obviously the chaff clearing up allows the marksman to lock on a little bit earlier, but still I was expecting a loss, especially because the level 3 marksman power spike, you're gonna lose round 2 the majority of the time when you're behind in round 1. This is very obvious. Sorry, I didn't actually check. What is Jackstone? Oh, fire badger specialist. So he gets his fire badger right now.
Yeah.
This I'm not a huge fan of. Right? We're asymmetric. Why are we building symmetric right here? Like, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And
I think he might just be scared of paralyzes. Maybe he's had too many crawlers in his dreams that have killed his towers.
Sure.
He's like, I will never again be paralyzed.
I get it. I definitely get it. Dude, it's not enough damage here, right? We're round 3. I understand our power spike is round 3. The cloud is coming up, but we added 1 marksman, and we're up against the level 2 sabers. Do you know how long that this saber?
It's definitely going to take a very long time. Yeah. It's got to do 31,000 damage at like 2.3k a piece. You're shooting that thing like 13 times.
It's a lot of times. So these are the things I think about when I'm going through like the rounds, right? Like, where am I deficient and how am I going to approach that deficiency? And I think that, you know, as much as this is like symmetrically nice and everything, we're just like, I could see this being like this is what I always do in round 3. You know, this is what I always do in round 4, rather than like adjusting to the situations. And that's where I would like really push back on.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, if you see drops and stuff and they encourage you to make these decisions, then that's more acceptable for sure. But a lot of times, like this, I feel like there's just too many squads on the right that aren't really doing much, and they're going to come together a little bit now with the fire badger. But I feel like you don't even have to be that afraid of like a tower being that exposed, even if you just have like 1 crawler pack at it, because the amount of time that crawler will buy you will be enough to probably dictate the fight is mostly over by the time you do even lose that side, if he has something else that kills the crawler.
No, totally. Looks like, I mean, the smoke is pretty gigantic. So maybe, I mean, not maybe, the smoke definitely accounts for a lot of survivability of a lot of these units. You can tackle the saber-tooth. Maybe I'm undervaluing smoke.
Smoke is not bad. I just think it's like, I think it's a case of like, it just, synergy needs to happen, and a marksman has horrible synergy if it doesn't have AoE clear.
Agree.
It's just awful without it.
I think we're also seeing some mistakes from Symbiosis' side. Like, when I know that they need to fill damage, I need to start addressing these flanks with some sort of chaff. Like, I can't just let this pack of crawlers die, and then it's like, oh, I hope my other crawlers get here in time. That the phase from these crawlers approaching up here, my saber is already in these areas and they can be targeted down. So I think this is like a mistake from an opponent. But, you know, obviously this is going to be like 1800, 1700 around there. So we're going to have these mistakes all the time. But that's also what I'm looking at if I'm just trying to preserve my saber-tooth as much as possible. We saw wasps picked up. What do we have from this side? I didn't actually see.
There's a stormcaller on the line.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
It's on the right side.
Okay.
It's gonna shoot the tower.
Okay, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, and it's good because you can sell it next round. You literally get a full refund, like a profit, and you just get a paralyze for free too.
That's right.
So it's nice.
And you can see the effectiveness of. Okay, I do have something major to say here. Are we gonna lose this round? No. We have fangs all over the place. I am not a huge fan of this oil.
Neither am I. Because you just walk through it yourself, and you literally do just as much damage to yourself as you do to your opponent. Now you're losing anti-air.
That's number one. The other thing is we already saw how effective the smoke is.
Yeah.
We're running into situations where we can, if they're gonna clear it out with hounds, the hounds are just gonna get double the value, right?
Yeah.
And we already know how effective the smoke is, so we don't have to like double up. Like we're already advantaged because the smoke is there from the last round. So why are we doubling up? Just save it another turn, and you can use the oil at like a turn where you really want to clear and get that momentum. So I think this was overkill big time.
I agree, and it's one of those things too where stress the overkill mentality of it is like you had fire badgers and sledgehammer, which is two, like the sledgehammers are a decent chaff clear, but fire badgers are amazing chaff clear.
Amazing.
And they're gonna be killing the crawlers in like half a second anyways. As soon as they're within range, they're dead.
That's right. I think there are way better uses for that. But nevertheless, good round win for Jack. Jack Stone.
Jack Stone. Get him, Jack. Rooting for you, bro.
That's right. All right, let's take a look. I wish there's a pause right here. Oh, wow, we have fire again. Okay, it wasn't chosen. Sorry, that went by very quickly. So we're going to go back to round 5, just so that I can see the choices a little bit better.
There was EMP, I think. There was a fire. There was a bubble.
Oh, it's all right. Okay. Oh. Okay, the replay is not working the way...
I got it. There's Mothership. There's Amp Core.
Okay.
There's fire, and there was... what was the first thing I said? Short-term memory loss.
I don't know, man. But it's Amcore picked up for Symbios, and then we got fire again.
No, Mothership.
Fire.
I think Mothership would have been huge
from Jack. Are you feeling? I mean, fire can never really be bad necessarily, but again, I like what you said. Like the fire badgers are already clearing chaff so effectively.
I just feel like I'm okay with going fire if you're more heavy on the fang, and you can like keep it in front of your fang, and maybe you even have the idea to get range on your fang, so they don't even walk into it at all.
Yeah.
But I definitely am not a fire advocate if you're going to be running into your own fire. If like basically if you're going to take that fire, I think the correct thing to do would be to stack your right side of your board right now, and not just eat it yourself or go air or do something else that's like not going to just run in and die.
That's normally what my trigger to start playing other side. If fire ever comes up, I'll just be like, okay, I'm not going to play here at all.
Yeah, because you're supposed to die to it anyways.
Exactly.
Like, so many times I'll play people that will get fire and they'll just die to it. Like they'll kill me, but they'll walk into it and die while they try to paralyze my tower. And then my other side of the board is just like able to finish off the round anyways, or really minimize the loss.
Yes, very much so. Fortress picked up. Okay, this is really weird to me. The sandworm makes a lot of sense. Generally, you'll pick up sandworms if the opponent's damage is coming from marksman. Marksman.
Just can't shoot if we can't see it.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two, like they're really bad at reprioritizing. Like their reload time is very bad overall. But also marksman, like they don't overkill. Like the big advantage to sabers is that they do a lot of overkill and they can scale to deal with units like sandworms. Marksmen don't have that. You need a lot of like assistance to make that a possibility.
You need assault mode.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
That's right.
Just joking.
So yes, sandworms are a very clear like priority, I would say, in this lineup, especially when you're asymmetric and you're just face planting into each other. The fortresses are not very common. You won't see this very often.
I think he maybe he's like, you know what, my fangs, they're gonna die to my fire and they're gonna keep dying because this game is gonna be a bloodbath of spells. And maybe he's like, I want to get some anti-missiles for those wasps to help my marksman out. It could be the case of what he's thinking, but I do think that his board is, these marksmen have been a little bit bumpy start, and a fortress definitely is a good form of DPS.
Sure.
So
he also could be could be thinking like, hey, there are wasps here. What's one of the best combinations with wasps? Of course, it's going to be sandworms, and the best way to deal with sandworm wasp is going to
just
be
missiles.
fortress. Yeah, you get the missiles, the anti-air barrage, and then you're cooking, and it has enough HP and damage to deal with the sandworms generally. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad read, but generally I like to do reaction fortresses, not start with them, because if he's like reacts to your fortresses, I think he slaps down some melters and you're just crying the whole time.
So you gotta hope that you have elite marksman on your fortress with range.
Yeah, and even that, getting to that level, I've tried so many times, but it is
That's what
hard.
I run right now.
That is also what I run. It's glory.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you can see the fortress doing a great job. It just says so tanky, and it does so much damage. We're gonna see if these wasps are able to get levels, because wasp levels are the most important part of all of this. I don't know if you know, but level 3 wasps are when they can tank through the anti-air barrage. They don't just get obliterated immediately. So it's a very critical upgrade to get. All right, let's speed this up, baby.
Yeah, fortresses are nice, but when I watched that last fight, the biggest thing I'm afraid of is your board kills so slow overall. Like the fire badgers are dead. Like your fortress, I'm just watching a fortress tank like 15 things, and it's just like one shot at a time. So if he gets anything that kills a fort, you need to. That should be priority number 1 to focus on protecting that right now and not letting the board take forever to die.
Ooh, look at this switch up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is generally what I'm a little bit scared of. It looks like there is the transition. I like this transition from Symbios. This is why I always react with fortresses and I don't preempt fortresses. Is because fortress, it's a very heavy investment and you can get wrecked very quickly. And man, when melters are able to just like have a handle on the game, they snowball so rapidly.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough. These badgers have ignite, which is like another DPS investment, and the fortress honestly is the DPS at this point, especially being leveled up. So like, the badgers don't really provide damage here. Badgers need to stay alive because like that flank is also making those fangs come so late.
I know. This is a big problem.
Range or something would be so nice here on these badgers instead, just to stay alive.
Oh wow, juked out of that. But it looks like, this melter getting levels is going to be pretty gigantic. You don't even have to like super mass melter levels too. You just got to make sure that like, because the fortresses cost so damn much, 400, and then you want to get the upgrades, of course, because it helps your barriers, it helps your elite marksman, like whatever you want to get, it helps incredibly. And all of that, you're just losing map control. Map control. Like you're looking to be a little ball and then like push and kill. And that's where melters are going to shine, right? Like they like to bear down on single units and kill in very specific areas. Sorry, I didn't speed up.
You're good.
Okay, so this is a pretty bad round, and we're now in like kill zone area for Jack. Maybe 1.5 turns on average. Left. What are you thinking right now? Like, what's the adjustments that you want to make? Oh, there's a big drop here.
If with this, like having Badger Ignite definitely makes it difficult. I would having range on Badger could be something that could help, but I think also, I honestly, if this was me and I had to play this round right now, I think I would probably just take range of my fortress. I would just make sure that thing does not go to the front, and I would probably combine. I might even, that flank is kind of rough too. I probably would even maybe consider.
I would kill this flank.
Yeah, like just getting out of that, because you're getting stuck on the worm, and like it really pulls the fangs back too, which just makes the chaff come out so late. So I would probably prioritize keeping the fortress alive by getting range, and then just build around it, and then try to get range on Badger as soon as I could after.
Yeah. One of the things that I've kind of noticed coming up to this point at round 7 is that we have not invested in anything that is shining in terms of chaff clear. And we haven't honestly invested that much in chaff either, right? We're seeing like 1, 2, 3 chaff here, and then 3 chaff here. So we bought a total of 3 chaff. What is this? 4 chaff. 4 chaff units, which is not a tremendous amount, and it's not a lot of crawlers. Look, there is a huge emphasis to get crawlers over fangs. Fangs just melt too quickly, and then they stay in the same place for a very long period of time. So it's generally not super great. I'm really worried because, as you were talking about last time, we're round 7. We don't have range on any of our chaff clear.
Yeah.
So chaff is always going to be a problem here. Keeping our chaff clear alive is always going to be a problem here. So that's why the board feels a little bit of a mess. I think that's why fortresses kind of feel good because they're like the catch-all unit.
Mm-hmm. I think he's also probably has an aversion to crawlers mostly because fire exists on this board,
Sure.
like with oil and also the spell that they have, napalm. So maybe he's like, oh, I don't really want to take fire because like I'm just gonna kill myself if I go crawlers here. But yeah, just getting some time to make sure your chaff clear is also not getting killed right away, so it can remain alive. The chaff clear for sure. It definitely would be very useful. And I actually think there's even. I don't even think he necessarily has to go crawlers, even though I think that would be a better choice, but I still think it would be a good choice to even get range on Fang and just make Fangs and just layer them vertically. Sure. Because as long as something is walking in front of that fort, and as long as that fort has range, and as long as those badgers have range, there could be a lot of dead Arclights and then just like slow killing army of Fang going forward after that with worms coming out, and then Fortress just pounds the worms.
Totally agree. Totally agree. I think this Raiden pick is really weird. Now, it's going to work out okay because Raidens are decent at dealing with the replicate stuff. Mm-hmm. But, man, like, we've invested... We just have too many things invested in different places, and we're not min-maxing the right units.
Yep. And sometimes it's good. When you get a drop that is like an alternative choice, like a Raiden to a Fortress, you could just sell it and just modify your current army to make it even better.
Yeah, that's right. Man, look at this. Water on rock, man. But these chaff units are going to be a little problem. Obviously, his opponent not protecting against this cloud, the storm, whatever it's called.
The smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb, thank you. Is crazy. How can you let this happen twice? Come on, dude. We're better than this. But you can see, even still, the worms were able to get in. Like, I'm a big fan of what you were saying before. Let's get range on this bad boy. You know, let's if we're gonna invest in fortresses, let's keep going with fortresses. Like, there's it's okay. You know, it's not a mistake. But man, look at how strong this melter is.
No, for real. One fortress is very capable of killing like 5 worms, especially if all those worms are level 1 in an area. No problem.
Totally. Oh, it's mass-produced sandworms too. Elite steel balls. Oh dear. Are we going
there's just I feel like basically what Jackstone's doing would be like if he walked into an armory and there's like 5 different weapons. It's like a sword, like a nunchucks.
That's right.
Just a polearm. He picks up everything and he's like, oh, he swings it. He's like, I didn't work. I'll get the other one.
And then we're using it for mech div.
Yeah, no.
What's going on here, man?
There's just too many units that have like the same job.
That's right. And then we get double shot. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the dissonance right now. So we're getting level 3 steel balls, but then we're using them for mech div. What we're saying is like we're trying to encourage our opponents to kill these steel balls, but then why do we need level 3s then, right? Are you saying they're going to do damage? Okay, let's just say they want to do damage and create confusion. I'm okay-ish with that, but there's better ways to do that. And then we get double shot. And double shot says, I'm going to kill the target very, very fast. So I want to ask you, if this level 3 fortress locks onto a target and the steel balls locked onto the target, who's going to kill it, right? Like the steel balls aren't going to do anything. So why are we like nerfing ourselves? Why are we making it where we have to buy more expensive steel balls? There's a lot of dissonance there to me. So yeah, go ahead.
I was to say, another way you could even think about playing this game too, from the Jackstone's position, would be with the current army you have, you could even try to make it be like, all right, if we can somehow assassinate a melting point, your Raidens would be uncontested. Yeah. So you could also win. You could start taking rounds that way too, because they could deal with all the worms if you wanted to try to avoid the worm situation a little bit. But then you have to do something about the melters. And with what you currently have, I definitely think your one of your DPS needs to be dedicated to, and the strongest DPS you actually have right now is the fortress, just because of the investment that's already been put into it.
Because of the strength of the fortress defending against your air, you can very easily go into wasps if you wanted to, and just make them like a pseudo killer slash chaff clear slash chaff slash
melter decoy.
exactly. Like there's so many options here, but I think like we just put fire down and we're kind of killing our own mech div as well here. Man, these melters are just crushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, if I had to, oh yeah, 20 left. We get one more round, baby.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to kind of put all this game together, this game, Mechabellum, is a lot about min-maxing, okay? It's about getting multiple techs on units and then spamming those units. And I have level 2s of these bad boys. These are still level 1s, which, okay, fire badgers, they're just there to ignite, ? But I don't actually know where...
I feel like it's certain things have just been abandoned. Like the marksmen were abandoned. The badgers were abandoned. The sledgehammers are abandoned.
That's right.
Everything's and the balls, I feel like at this point are going to become abandoned. There's a lot of units that have like a role of what they think they want to do, but then they just kind of get left to the side because the things are falling apart and rounds are losing.
That's right.
I honestly think like if you think about the game in like the form of like a board of range, you could literally have a group of like 10 or like 8 squads of Fang with range, and one fortress with range would be behind all of them, and one fortress would just be able to shoot all day and kill the entire board of the other side.
That's right.
And then if you also have like range on Badger here, which you just got just now, which is good this round, that also stays alive longer and actually stays behind whatever chaff you have. Which, if you just get rid of this guy's arc lights in the front and now he's got a Vulcan too, which is a little harder, but
yeah.
Some chaff would definitely help and keep the give your fortress time to kill stuff. It does so much damage if he just has the ability to shoot from further.
Agree. I wish these Raidens were up a little bit more too, to like be part of the battle for a longer period of time. We've kind of not gotten barrier for fortresses, which, don't get me wrong, I know they're like changing roles and barrier is really expensive right now. But remember, barrier, one of the most important parts about barrier is that it protects your chaff for so long.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, like it is protection so that you have more HP, not like in aggregate, but you have like you're able to clear some of their chaff clear, and all of a sudden, instead of them fighting at 100% chaff clear capacity, they're at like 80%, 70%.
Yeah.
Maybe you get 1 or 2 or something like that, and you're able to snipe one of those units before the barrier goes down. Especially with high level fortresses, like man, I think the shields used to be 60k at one point or 50k, something like that.
Yeah.
You have level 3 barriers. That is 120,000 hit points. That is a lot of hit points for an arc light to get through, saber-tooth to get through, and you can play the melting point to a point where it's never able to lock onto a barrier, a unit inside the barrier. So we're missing a lot of our advantages, I think, overall from Jack. I'll just go through the end battle, and I think that summarizes it mostly, Vibu.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And if you were to like, let's say, be afraid of turning barrier on because the melter's there and you already have a flank activated, why not just add one more crawler to it and make the melter turn? And then now there's no melter killing a barrier.
Exactly.
And no arc lights killing your fangs. And by the time the arc lights are dead, the fangs are walking at the melter again.
Exactly so. Wow, this is like pretty close, to be honest. That was a great paralyzed timing. So are we going to get through with this? We actually win this. Let's go. Jack, did you send me a game that you crushed?
You did it.
Let's go. Just 20 left. Okay, so again, Mechabellum has a tremendous amount of variability. Let's also remember he did round, is that right? Round 9, he finally got range on his chaff clear.
Yeah. No range. Like the fact that they just simply don't go in to die. Now they actually stay alive while, because like you can always trade out with their front 3 packs of crawlers if they're running forward.
Yeah.
But like the crawlers behind the tower, the crawlers at the back line, you're gonna be dead before those come out.
But what happened to the Sandworm? What the heck? Did he sell it? Please tell me he did not sell this.
I don't think he sold it.
How did he get to the tower kill? How did these kill the tower? I don't understand how that could have happened.
I think, was it Raiden? Was it a Raiden shot hit the tower? I can't remember either, but...
Oh, was it? No, he... Vibe, what is this?
Oh, he sold... Yeah, okay. I see. He actually did. Oh, maybe he thinks... Or I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know why you would sell it like that.
Maybe he thought the melter would have... Since it has range on range, maybe he thought he would turn around and get it. But because it's busy and focusing a direction already, it doesn't turn around. I don't know.
Could. Anyway,
Yeah.
Vibe, thank you so much for doing that with me. Really appreciate it.
Of course, no problem.
It's the first time we did that on this podcast. We're just hanging out, having fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that over wherever you're streaming us from. Oh, I'm still quiet. Why is this happening?
You sound great to me. I don't even know. I would say something if you send it off on my end, but you sound pretty loud and good to me.
I appreciate it. Oh, I just turned myself way up.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sound fucking good.
All right, Vibe. Another crazy week, 2 weeks of Mechabellum. Hopefully, I don't know what I'm hoping for. I love the game. I'm not gonna lie. I would still recommend. Would I recommend this game? Probably not right now. Not that I wouldn't recommend the game because it's not good, but I know what it could be, and I don't want like people to be in like negative sentiments. I know the community right now is on the aggregate divided. So I'm still bullish on the game. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just here having fun with my one of my favorite people in the world. Okay.
I think it's honestly, the game has a lot of theory. It's a theory crafter's paradise.
Yeah,
for
that's
an auto battler, and I love the genre of what it is as a whole.
How many of our conversations are we just literally just spouting nonsense about Mechabellum?
Yeah. Well, like it's one of the most fun things to do, to be like, oh, look at this screenshot of like these mods I had. Like this happened this game.
Yeah. We do that so often. You realize what's going on in the world right now, Vibu? Like the Epstein files are dropping right now. We're not talking about that. We care about Mechabellum.
Yeah.
That's what we're bullish
right.
on. You know?
Yep. Bearlike, hope you're doing well, man.
Yeah.
Hope everything's good. Let's get rid of those buildings.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Mechabuzz. We are going to be, I don't know, we'll be back next week, 2 weeks, something like that. Maybe something big will happen. But we're going to be back then. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
See you guys.
Well, I should have probably prepped us for the outro, but I didn't. Okay. Bye, guys.
See you guys.